Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. This is Pastor Nick Hood, and today I'm at the Detroit River, and I want to share with you a word of encouragement. This evening I'm doing a Bible discussion on the positive messages of Paul from the book of Philippians. And one of those verses we're going to look at is Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. We look at the water, it looks so big. We think about the sky, it is so high. We look at our lives. If you don't have much money, it's real easy to look at life and say, how in the world can I ever accomplish this? To the young mother who's trying to raise children, the young mother and father who are trying to raise children and juggle their lives. It is sometimes seeming like life is insurmountable, that you just can't make it. But what Paul says while he's under Roman house arrest, among other things, to the church at Philippi, he says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. In other words, I'm not going to let jail get me down. In other words, I'm not going to let the threat of being executed by being beheaded get me down. I'm not going to let being under house arrest get me down, but rather I'm still going to make the most of my life. I'm going to do the best with my life that I can. And so that's the word I leave you with today, and I'm going to be talking more about it at my house tonight. If there are those of you in Detroit who want to be a part of what I call Burgers and Bible, come out at 7 o'clock. And I'd love to see you. I think about my father, who grew up in Terre Haute, Indiana. We look at all this water here, and my father was terrified of swimming. And I never understood why until much later in life. He told me that because of segregation, the black children could not swim in the public swimming pools. They would go down to the rock quarry and swim. And one of his friends died in the rock quarry. And it terrified my dad so much, he just signed off from swimming. But guess what? When my children, his grandchildren, came along, and my dad was 60-some years old, my dad decided that he couldn't go through life without swimming. My mother had died, and my dad was a widower. He was living in the Millender Apartments. Those of you who are in Detroit will know where that is. Downtown has a beautiful aquatic area and health center. And he just looked at it, he said, this is a shame that I'm living with all this nice stuff and I can't enjoy it with my grandchildren. So my dad went to the public swimming pool that he could not go to when he was a child. He went to a public swimming pool, the Coleman Young Recreation Center, learned how to swim so that he was comfortable enough taking his young grandsons into the pool in the apartment complex where he lived. So that's the word I leave you with today. Remember, no matter what mountain you have in front of you, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I hope you have a great day today. This is Pastor Nick Hood.